Let's look at the transport bar. So again, we'll go to the window menu and down to transport, and here we have the transport bar. To the right of the transport bar you have a menu, so let's expand all the functions in the transport bar. There we go. And what I'm also going to do is hide the tracks for a minute so we see the transport bar. Now, I'm going to just take off the synchronization. There we go. This is pretty much what the transport bar will look like most of the time. Top left, you have the basic transport functions: rewind, fast forward, stop, go to the top of the track, go to the end of the track. Okay. Below that you have pre-roll and post-roll. For example, if I wanted to start at measure 17, if I put a pre-roll of one measure, the sequence will actually start at measure 16. There we go. For example, if you want to punch in on the beginning of a chorus. If I was to make a selection in the timeline, this selection here will be echoed right underneath the play button here. Now I can change the length here. If I was to go, for example, 8 measures here, enter, my selection now is 8 measures long. To the right you have the main counter. Below that is minutes and seconds. I can change them. I can put this one into bars and beats and the main counter into minutes and seconds, whichever. You'll notice that the timeline here in the edit page changes due to the main counter. This is known as the sub counter underneath. To the right you have MIDI controls. Now MIDI controls are really important. This is a count off. When you're in record, you count off. It's not quite the same as pre-roll. Pre-roll will give you one bar before your location point, whether you're in play or record. Count off only in record. Below that the meter, and below that tempo. Now this tempo here is the manual tempo. Beneath these 4 buttons here you have the conductor track, which is the actual track in the timeline. Here, for example, I'm in the conductor mode. The conductor track gives me 120. Here in manual tempo at 93. So there are 2 different types of tempos. Of course, the tempo track allows me to program, for example, tempo changes. To the left of this is the MIDI merge button, which we'll see in the MIDI module. To the left of this we have click, and to the left of this we have MIDI wait. This is a function again in the MIDI module where we'll see where we can play something, and as we hit a keyboard, a MIDI keyboard, we'll throw the Pro Tools into record. You do tend to open and close the transport bar quite a lot, so if you want to remember the shortcut, it's Command 1 for Mac or Control 1 for PCs.